Welcome to independent record pressing. Back in 2015, the explosion in vinyl was way ahead of what was actually able to be physically pressed. There was a need for more vinyl pressing. Music has such an emotional connection to people. With downloads and streaming growing, I think people still wanted to have something and actually put in their collections, because people identify so much of their life by the music that they listen to. Most of the records we press are independent artists. We've pressed Radiohead, we've pressed Drive-By Truckers. We did an Adele catalog piece. I always tell people, if you listen to music on NPR, there's probably a good chance we've pressed something that you've heard in the last hour. Each record is individually pressed, has to be handled. It's a very manual process, which I think is part of the allure and sort of mystique of vinyl also. There are a lot of things that happen before it even gets onto the press that really impact the sound. High-resolution digital files, or actually analog tape, is sent to a cutter after it's mixed and mastered. And what they do is carve an image of the record into a lacquer. And then that lacquer at that point gets sent to a plating facility where nickel stampers are made, and that's what goes onto the press. We put in PVC pellets into a hopper that gets melted, pulled into a biscuit with a toothpaste-like consistency, and then 2 labels are fixed on top and bottom. And then it gets smushed like a big waffle iron between 2 plates with the stampers on them at about 270 degrees, and then the excess is trimmed off, and then really you can listen to the record straight from there. It sits for about half a day to a full day just to let it cool down and set, and at that point it gets put into sleeves, and from the sleeves then we put them into jackets. We shrink wrap it and sticker it, and then we pack it up and send it out the door. The process of plastic to on a spindle is about 30 seconds or so. We can do probably about 2 million a year is what we're looking at. Playing vinyl is remarkably inconvenient. You have to pick it up, you have to physically put it onto a turntable, you have to put a needle, and then it just goes across. It's not easy to flip the wrong song. So when you listen to a record, you have to listen to great intention. I really believe when people say vinyl sounds better, the reality is I think people have this experience of vinyl sounds better because they're actually listening to it in a way that you don't listen to it through streaming, through a CD, through a download. Press some of the coolest records out there. I call that my will to work. It really comes down, for me, the music. Talking to a label, hearing about an artist, and then seeing it actually be manufactured, and then taking it, listening to it, and knowing that we were a part of making that.
Hi, I'm Shirley.
And I'm Regina Mitchell. For more videos like this, subscribe to WHYY.